It's Quiet Uptown? Yeah. It's like the saddest song ever. Whenever I was given It's Quiet Uptown, I hadn't seen Hamilton. So I was 8 months pregnant with my son, and so it was just about the son dying in the song. And I was like, this is the worst thing to send to a pregnant woman ever. And then it was kind of cool because my producer, Jason Albert, and I had never seen the musical. So we didn't have any pressure, because I definitely think we would have if we'd seen the musical. That would have been intimidating. But yeah, no, we ended up going to the studio. They wanted us to make something a little more like, they were like, if you heard this song on the radio, like, what do you think it would sound like? Because obviously it's a Broadway musical and it's in Broadway musical form. There's like 3 people singing and it's like this moment, this epic moment in the musical. So we kind of just did what we thought would be cool with it, and, you know, keep it dark, but keep moments that were uplifting and big, and just kind of keep the essence of the song, because it's very beautifully written, but it's also extremely sad. There's no really, at the end, it's uplifting, it's unimaginable. So it's like, there's no like, it's just super sad. So we tried to do that, but also keep a little of the classic form of what, you know, they were portraying emotionally, like from the vocalist in the musical, because all we had to go on was the song that was sent to us. We hadn't seen it. Then I saw the play with my husband, and we like laughed, cried some more. Like, it was, and we're just like looking at each other in awe, going, okay, people are talking this up like a lot. And I was like, I've seen a lot of musicals. Like, I was like, I'm very hard sometimes. And it was so good. It was just so fresh, and it's just revolutionary. It was so different. And then if you see it on paper, like what it is, you go, that sounds weird. And then you see it live, and it's like magical. Yeah, so it's cool. You know, Lynn had this idea. He wanted to, you know, he was passionate about it. He loved it. And that's what happens when you do something you love. You know, it ends up being something that people, because that translates, you know, his passion for it. And it makes everybody else so much passionate as well, because it just feeds through the music and everything. So I loved it. My husband loved it too. He made a cowboy cry, so that's hard. Yeah, John Legend's on the album as well. Busta. I mean, there's so many people on the album that you would never find on an album altogether in general, unless it's like a now. Yeah, but you would never, like, you know, as a cohesive project, find artists like this. And I think that's a testament to how powerful Hamilton really is. And I love it too, because we have younger kids that maybe aren't like, yay, Broadway, because they didn't grow up around musical theater like maybe I did. And because I'm a nerd and I love music. But it's cool because it reaches them in a different way than I think, you know, other musicals can. And then once they see that, it go, oh, maybe I might like this musical, and then maybe I like this one. And it's cool. It's a great gateway, I think, for kids that maybe wouldn't have been open to doing that, you know. So but all these artists are so amazing, and we're all different. And it's just like John Legend's version, History Has Its Eyes on You, Andrew Day's Burn, like Satisfied with Sea on It. Like, it's, all of them are so epic. I'm also glad I never heard those before my versions, because they would have been intimidating. But you know what it is? As a singer, you have to always start from a great song, and all of them are great songs. So it really doesn't matter which one any artist was going to cut on the album. They're all amazing. So, you know, it's a fantastic album because of Lynn, hands down. So. Yeah, I grew up singing like soulful R&B or gospel or stuff like that, and country, but basically anything that was super soulful and had a story. Like, I've always been a huge fan of lyrics. Like, I hate when you hear a song and you're like, what just happened? And that was like the biggest waste of vanilla lyric ever. Like, it didn't matter. And I think that's the thing that really bothers me sometimes about music, is that they'll throw away the lyrics, and I want the music and the lyrics and the vocal like all to match. And I feel like in junior high, and maybe we all feel like this when we were in junior high, like 90s R&B soulful pop was like, it was the I love it. Like, it was so good. I loved everything about it. And especially as a singer, you know, it was just so many great songs to sing, you know, from En Vogue to Whitney to Mariah to Aretha to Celine. Like, there's just so many vocalists, especially for females, that you just had to listen to and watch and learn from and be influenced by. And this record is definitely like I mean, you can hear my influences, like all those women I just said, like In Vogue or Whitney or Mariah. There's a little bit of Prince influence, somewhat, and just every song is, but it's a contemporary version of it. It doesn't sound time capsule. It's not like you could have like all skated like in the 90s to it, but it's like a fresh take on that. And I've just always wanted to do this album, and I've never had the opportunity. So I, got to pick my label, Atlantic. Yeah, it's my first time to pick a label at the young age of 34, so I deserve it at this point. But yeah, it's really awesome. They really want to do the same thing I want to do, so we're all making this big soulful R&B pop album.